Hey, good afternoon. One of these days, I need to get like an intro video. Some people got some really cool ones. We got a really cool one for our podcast, which I'm very proud of. If you haven't been on our YouTube channel in the last year or two, you need to get on our YouTube channel, 10X Your Team, with Cam and Otis, same name as the podcast, and watch the intro for our podcast. Our team that puts that together, and Camden built the video, and my nephew played and wrote that original score, that guitar picking in the background. That's him. Yeah, Bobby Goff, very talented guitar player, my nephew. Very proud of that. I need to get something on here too, so it's not just, hey, live, here's Otis. Got to do that walk-up thing, maybe some walk-up music. Yeah, I can think of a lot of songs that could be my walk-up music. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. We are here to talk about the leadership pipeline. So, what is a leadership pipeline? First off, let's discuss, where do leaders come from? Are they born or are they made? Well, I'm here to tell you, leaders are made. Some people are born with a personality that makes them seem like they're natural leaders, but they're not. No one is a natural leader. Some people are born into a gifted position that enables them to take over a position. Think historical lineages for kingdoms, all those sort of things. They're gifted because of their birthright to take over. And some of them actually were pretty good leaders. Some of them weren't. They were in the position, but they sucked. We read about that all the time. Maybe this guy was a great leader. Julius Caesar may have been a great leader, or Marcus Aurelius. There's a good one for you. Marcus Aurelius was a great emperor of Rome, but his son sucked because of a personality thing. Not because he was birthrighted to be a leader. He wasn't trained to become a leader. Because leaders don't just appear. Got to show you my artwork. There is no such thing as a leadership tree, folks. You can't just go and harvest leaders from your leadership tree. Leaders have to be made. They have to be created. They don't just show up. Leaders are trained and built. Again, some people, because of who they are, their background, where they grew up, and their personality, might have a more propensity to lead, to be that one in charge, to take charge. But until they're trained, until they're taught, until they see how to lead, they don't know. Because leadership is a skill. And like any skill, it requires continuous refinement and development. And because it's a skill, you can learn it. Anybody can learn it. But just like a professional athlete, just like Steph Curry or Michael Jordan or Corey Seager, who plays for the Texas Rangers, gifted athlete. God bless them with the talent to become great baseball players. But they still had to put in the work. They still have to each and every day refine that skill. That's why as a professional athlete, that's all you do is you practice. You practice, then you play. You practice, then you play. Alex Ovechkin, great example. Just broke Wayne Gretzky's goals record a month or so ago. You think he just woke up one day and started scoring goals? No, he learned how to do it. He learned how to become a great hockey player. It's a skill, and he practices it every day. So is leadership. And because leadership is a skill, everybody can become a leader if you choose. And, oh, by the way, in the same way as you learn and develop a skill, guess what? That skill fades if it's not used and refined and continued to be developed. Again, back to a professional athlete. That's why they practice, because they know that's how they stay competitive. Because if they don't stay competitive, if they don't practice their efforts, guess what's going to happen? That's going to fade. It's going to dwindle. So is leadership. Just because you got a title on your door, on your desk, on your business card, does not make you a leader. Just because it says CEO, it says manager, it says director, does not make you a leader. It does not make you continuously a leader. You have to work on it. The same thing happens when we start to talk about our leadership pipeline. And that's what I want to talk about today, is our leadership pipeline. How do you get it? Where does it come from? Where do leaders come from? Because again, they ain't coming off a tree. There ain't some farm, some aquaponics farm that Cam has built hidden down there in Tucson that is growing leaders. You got to train them. You got to identify them and train them. So how do you identify leaders? How do you help yourself grow as a leader? What are the skills and things that you have, the culture, the values in your organization? Do you see somebody in your organization that is on a team that is putting in the extra work? The classic we always talk about in business leadership, the sales manager, the sales guy, my number one sales guy. And because he's my number one sales guy, I'm going to move him to management. Matter of fact, TV show, the sitcom, The Office. One of the guys, I'm drawing a blank on his name right now, but one of the main characters gets offered a management position. And they actually put him through some training, believe it or not, which is pretty unusual in the business world. But in the TV show, he goes through a little bit of training. But he realizes he enjoys the sales game more than he does leading. And he gives up the leadership position. He was identified as a high performer who was given the opportunity to lead and then decided, nah, leadership's not for me. I want to make more money running my commission. I've met a couple of sales guys, real life sales guys, that are that way, that made that choice. I can make X with my commission versus salary as a manager. But that doesn't solve your problem. So how do you identify them? Well, part of what I see and what I've seen throughout my years of identifying leaders is somebody who puts in the extra effort. They are concerned about giving everything they do their best effort. And because they are concerned about that, they take the extra effort, they take the extra time, they ask for how they can improve. All of these are indicators. It's not a solid. That doesn't mean that person is exactly who you need, is the person that is going to solve it, is the next General Patton, the next Douglas MacArthur, the next future CEO of your Fortune 10 company. No, it doesn't mean that. It means there's potential there. And when you identify that potential, then it's time to refine it. It's time to see, to talk, to grow, to mentor, to give them the opportunity to go and learn how to be a leader, to develop their skills. Because too many times, and I've talked about this, I've talked about this a lot. Too many times I see somebody who's a doer, maybe somebody on the assembly line, a welder, a salesman, you name it, a guy on roofing team, a guy who's doing intel analysis. Because they're good at that job, somebody says, I'm promoting you. And promoting, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm giving you a pay increase. I'm promoting you. Hopefully it does. But what I've also seen is, guess what? You're now the project manager, Mr. Intel Analyst. You're now in charge of everybody else here. Ding, ding. Congratulations. That's your leadership training. Change your business card. Damn, talk about setting somebody up for failure. It is sad that people do that. That people in positions of authority, notice my definition here, I didn't say a leader. People in positions of authority identify potential in somebody else that's on their team and just say, congratulations, you're in charge. You know, I'll flash back, Ranger School. Ranger School was great because it was a leadership laboratory. They were teaching us how to lead under extreme conditions. And you know what they would do? Hey, PL, you're dead. Otis, you're in charge. But that's what we were there for. We were there to be tested and molded and trained to be a leader. Yeah, I get yelled at for screwing things up, but they would teach you also. When you, as a CEO founder, as a director, as a manager, a VP, whatever that position is, and you look at somebody on your team and you say, hey, dude, you're doing a really great job. I'm putting you in charge. And that's the training you give them, and you expect them to succeed. That sucks, man. I'm sorry, being a little negative on this, but that's the truth. You really care for that guy. You really care for your team. You know what? You're going to identify them and you're going to help them succeed by teaching, mentoring, and guiding them, by putting them in leadership training. Give them the opportunity to go and do a leadership program. Send them to seminars. Give them books to read. Give them time off to do those things so they can become a great leader. You will never regret that. But guys come back to me when I tell them this, and they go, Otis, yeah, I hear you, man. I really got to develop my guys. I got to make sure that they're going to be great leaders. I got to set them up for success. But what if they leave? Okay. What if they leave? What if they leave and go to your competitor? You know what? I welcome that. Because here's why. If they go to my competitor, if I spent the money and the time and effort and trained this person to become a great leader, and they decide to leave and go to a competitor, first off, I need to check myself. Why did they leave? What was the issue? What caused it? Why is that their decision? And I know there's a trend in the industry now where young people graduating college are told, get your first job, stay there 2 years, jump to the next job, get a $10,000 pay raise. Yeah, probably about right, if you're good. But you know what? Grass ain't always greener. And if you've created the culture in your organization of identifying and developing leaders and creating a leadership pipeline to give them potential for growth in their future, and they see themselves in the future. They have their own vision of who and what they want to be and where they want to be when they grow in 5 years, and that matches yours, Mr. CEO founder, the vision that you have, they see themselves in that vision, then they're not going to leave. Or, just as nice, they're going to leave, go to your competitor, spend 2 years there, and want to come back. I welcome that. You know why? Because I got more experience. They've seen more, done more. They know that the grass ain't always greener by doing that. So let them. You know, if you create, and I'm going to put this little advertisement out there. Thanks, Joe. If you create the culture that is magnetic and pulls people in, and they want to be there, they want to show up for work, they want to be part of the team, they want to be part of that tribe, they want to create success for the entire organization, then they're not chasing the dollar. The ones that are chasing the dollar, well, may not be a good fit for your team. So identify that individual. Now I'm going to tell you a negative of this that I've learned. Suspected it when I was in the Army, and after retiring from the Army, I reflect back and saw things and realize a fundamental problem in the military promotion system. The fundamental problem in the military promotion system, particularly the Army, I'll speak for what I know, is that we promote people like us. Here's what I mean. I'm sitting on the board reviewing records of captains or majors, depending on where I'm sitting, what level. I'm looking at their fitness reports, their officer evaluation reports. And I'm reading about them from their raters and senior raters. I'm saying, and I'm looking at the jobs that they've held, and I'm like, oh, he's just like me. And look how great I am. He did this, this, and this. Yeah, therefore he should get promoted. He did that, that, and that, just like me. He should get promoted. We have to be careful in our own organizations that we don't become homogenous in that way. There's a longer debate that anybody wants to have that debate with me sometime, or that discussion, not really a debate, discussion with me about military promotion system like that and how to fix it, how to, what it's doing to the organization. Come on over, we can do it over whiskey and cigars. That's a good whiskey and cigars discussion. But when we identify those individuals as high performers, we don't want to see a reflection of ourselves. There are some traits that we'll see that remind us of ourselves, and those we should promote. But we don't want a bunch of people that look exactly like us. We don't want to create a homogenous organization of leaders where everybody is thinking exactly the same and all the the solutions to the problems are all exactly the same. So be aware of that. That's the downside. We have to be very cautious of that as we identify people in our pipeline and start to train them, mentor them, provide them the opportunity to succeed. See if they want to be in charge. Man, how about just asking people that before you promote them? Do you want to be the one in charge? Yeah. It all comes back to, in order to have a pipeline, that's not just, hey dude, I like your skills, you're going to be a manager. It's you. I see potential in you guys. I'm going to start training and putting you through some efforts and seeing how you perform in those positions, teaching you, mentoring you, sending you to the Tribe and Purpose Green Beret Leadership Program or something else to see how they perform. Test them. Because if I'm identifying 4 or 5 people, I might have one of those people, one of those individuals who's ready to take it on right now. The other 3 may need a little extra work, a little extra growth, a little extra understanding. That's why it's a pipeline. Because as my business grows, so does my need for leaders. So don't wait until you win that giant contract and you go, oh crap, we need to hire 25 more people. And because we got to hire 25 more people than our structure, that means 5 of those people are going to be managers. Okay, sure, you're a manager. You're a manager. Don't do that. Grow your team from within. Grow your leaders from within. It is a much better outcome for you and your business. Because again, when those individuals see themselves in the vision of the company, they're going to stick around. They're going to put the work in because they tie their life success to the business's success, and they want the business to succeed. So, if you want help creating a leadership pipeline, then go to 10xyourteam.net. And at 10xyourteam.net, look at that center item. That's our leadership development system, the Green Beret Leadership Program. Click on that, read about it, then give me a call. So schedule a call with me or Camden via the link that's on that page for the Green Beret Leadership Program, GBLP. Now, I'm going to shift gears and talk about individual men leading with masculine leadership and this new tribe that we've created. We created it, kicked it off in February, called the Steel Men Tribe. The Steel Men Tribe is a group of men working together to make an impact and create a legacy for good in the world, using and leading with masculine leadership. Masculine leadership, that desire to move forward, the desire, propensity to take action. And if you are missing, feeling a gap in your life, the man, you feeling alone, you're feeling like, man, I need some other guys I could work with, some other guys I could confide in, some other guys that are willing to pick up a shovel with me and dig the hole with me, stand next to me, hold me accountable, smack me upside the head when I do something stupid, help me when I'm screwing things up, pick me up when I failed, tell me, dude, that sucks, but you got this, and smack me on the back and say, let's go. Come on, follow me, join me. That's what Steel Men Tribe is. We're starting the next chapter of Steel Men Tribe next month. If you're interested in being one of those men, because we only have a limited number of spaces, 12. We only have 10 left right now. 10 spaces left in this next chapter. Then give me a call. Go back to that same page, 10xyourteam.net, November Echo Tango. Click the little 3 bars on the right-hand side. Scroll down, Steel Men Tribe. Click that. Gain information. Call me. I'll interview you and see if you are a fit. I'm not saying that there's bad people. I'm saying there's some with better fit to be a member of the Steel Men Tribe. Now I'm going to break the rules. I'm going to break the marketing rules, folks, so look out. I'm going to tell you a second thing because we're only supposed to do one call to action. I'm going to give you another opportunity that we're doing that's really special, and this is the inaugural, and you could be a plank holder for this event, and that is the Brotherhood of Steel retreat at my ranch. The Brotherhood of Steel retreat at my ranch, August 15 through 17. If you want to learn more about that, if you want to be one of the few that's allowed to come onto my ranch, build your leadership, build your tribe, understand how to create a legacy and make an impact, and sign up for the Brotherhood of Steel retreat. It'll be at the M-Bar 5 Ranch, 15 to 17 August. It's going to be a closed event. Only 20 people are allowed. That's all I'm taking. Because honestly, the facilities are limited at the ranch. So that's where you can make a difference, begin to change your life, and lead like a man, taking charge, making a difference, making an impact, and creating a legacy. So again, if you forget any of this stuff, go to 10xyourteam.net and schedule a call with me. I look forward to talking to you. I look forward to sharing my ranch with you down there in southern Colorado and building that Brotherhood of Steel with you. Look forward to seeing you.